So if you've been with Inventory Lab since the beginning, this screen might look a little familiar. This was the original waiting screen when you got to InventoryLab.com before it actually went live back in 2013. Is that right, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of interesting how that looked. And then once it did go live, this is kind of what you got. So it was deliciously awesome then, and we still think it is today. So anyway, welcome to OpenLab. I'm Jeff, and of course joined by Kim and Andrea, and then we have our special guest, the OG there, one of the OGs of Inventory Lab, Bill.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, everyone.
It's fun seeing that stuff. That was from before our time, at least.
Yeah.
Me and Andrea. Yeah.
Same for me.
Before my time too.
Oh, that's so funny.
So wherever you are, if you want to comment, make sure you put that in the comments, either Facebook or YouTube, and we'll see them and see that you're here. So say hi. And then what else we have, Kim?
Cool. I was just thinking, it's kind of amazing that we've been around for 9 years, isn't it? So I think for anyone who works at Inventory Lab, I think it's fair to say time has really flown by. But, I'd also like to point out another really important anniversary this year, one that's near and dear to the OpenLab crew's hearts, and one that I don't think people celebrate enough. It's been 33 years since the greatest movie of all time was released in 1989. I'm speaking, of course, about Roadhouse, starring everyone's favorite Tai Chi master, mullet-wearing philosopher, and fatal throat ripper, Patrick Swayze, R.I.P. So just take a moment sometime before the end of your day, reflect on the subtle majesty and quiet dignity of this amazing film, and just try to live by the philosophy of John Dalton, which is this.
I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Yep. Words to live by.
They are absolutely words to live by. I wonder if people tuning in are like, is this a Roadhouse podcast? Is this a Roadhouse webinar? What?
Yeah.
We can only
kind of.
Kind of. It is. Because here, we really think a lot about Roadhouse and
Roadhouse. That was awesome. And its message is timeless.
It is. Timeless messaging in that movie.
We put a lot of time and energy into that, don't we? Well, speaking of energy, you guys, because we're celebrating our 9 years here, we have something to tell you about the swag. So for those of you who have watched us before, know we always draw names at the end of the broadcast for a chance to win some awesome IL swag. Well, hold on to your hats because today's drawing is going to be a little different. But first, here's how you enter. Just answer the question, how long have you been using Inventory Lab? In the comments section, along with #anniversary to get your name automatically entered into our drawing. If you don't currently use IL, that's okay. Just say that along with #anniversary. I promise no judgment if you don't use it, but I'm hoping by the end of the broadcast, maybe you'll change your mind. Or maybe after you watch us, you'll stop using the software altogether. Who knows? It could go either way. But here's for the really fun part. In honor of IL's 9th anniversary, we're giving away 9 swag bags and a $100 Amazon gift card. So normally if you join us, we give away 2 and then a $50 gift card. And you definitely heard right, 9 swag bags and $100 Amazon gift card. So get those answers in the comments to the question, how long have you been using Inventory Lab, along with #anniversary for a chance to win, and best luck to everyone.
And they're all boxed up, ready to go. We just got them sitting here.
Look at that. We never get to see that. See?
I'm all ready.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I might even
Look
have
at that 1.5 years.
2 years. Awesome. 2 years. All right. So 2.5 years so far. Dave is our longest user. Let's see if somebody can beat that.
There we go. So, Bill, speaking of anniversaries, how long has it been now? How long have you been with Inventory Lab?
Pardon me, officially 7 years in August or October, sorry.
So just recently had it. Well, I
Yeah.
guess what's that? 6 months, 4 months, 5 months? I can't count, but
Something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, it was super close. 6 months away, half a year away.
Yeah.
I'm working
It
on
just
number 8
happened.
this year.
Yeah. So, how many were in the company at that time? I know we've grown quite a bit, but
There were 5 U.S. Ryan, Elizabeth. Oh my word, Ryan, Elizabeth, V, myself, and then Ryan's sister. She moved on to other things shortly after I got there, but and then there were 5 in China. They were the developers in the very beginning. Obviously,
Oh,
now
yeah.
we've got a lot of U.S. developers as well.
That's cool. And Bill, in your time here, what do you think is the biggest or some of the biggest changes you've seen, not just within the company, but just in the whole SaaS, landscape?
Oh my gosh.
Probably a lot of changes, right?
Yeah, I know. It's so hard. I mean, I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is growth. When I started, I think we had maybe around 1,000 customers, something like that, maybe. And now we're well over that. So yeah, growth, the software evolved. I actually, if I can digress for a minute or two,
yeah, for sure.
I started thinking about selling on Amazon back in 2014, and close to the end of that year, I started researching how to do it and so on and so on, and started selling some stuff in December of 2014. And then I started looking like there's got to be an easier way to do this. And, I'm not trying to make this a plug for Inventory Lab, but it's just,
It's okay if you are.
Yeah.
It's our show.
but it was, I looked and I saw several other, well, not several, a handful maybe of other softwares that did it. But then luckily I ran across Inventory Lab last. And even if it was first, I probably would have came back, because what got me was the user interface. It was just so beautiful. I mean, it was. And I just said, you know what? This is like running an app on your computer, like the standalone app on your desktop. That's what it felt like to me, instead of logging into a web page and having all these little fields that you got to fill in with no design and all this other kind of thing. So anyway, I just started doing that, and I became I did I think my 30-day trial started in December of 2014. And then I signed up in January of 15, and then started using it and so on, and stumbled across the Facebook group somewhere in that time between then and July. And I started helping people and answering some of their questions and blah, blah, blah. And, Elizabeth kind of jumped on that and said, hey, you want to help out on Facebook? I said, sure. So I did that. That progressed into me being hired full-time in August of that year. And then just kind of been going ever since. But yeah, it's
That's
nice.
awesome.
This software is, I just can't say enough about it. That's all there is to it. It's just so awesome to use. I mean, I should tell everybody I'm a seller. I still am a seller. I was when I started, and I still am. So it's just so nice to be able to use something that does what you want it to do, and even does things that you don't even probably use. There's stuff in it I still don't use, but it's nice. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm hogging the floor.
No, that's quite all right.
No.
What you're here for.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, talk as much as you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got an hour to fill, Bill.
An hour. Oh my God.
So you said that your role when you started was running the Facebook page. So how did that evolve from what you did then to what you do now? So what do you do now with Inventory Lab?
Well, I wasn't really running the Facebook page. I was just kind of like a paid moderator support person to kind of help out and all that. And
Oh, okay.
work maybe 4 hours a day, something like that. And then I don't know. It wasn't. Let's see. I got hired in August, around the end of August. I guess the month prior to that, Elizabeth had asked me if I would be interested in, joining up or whatever. She would find out and talk to Ryan and all that. So anyway, after a couple of phone calls with Ryan over the next few weeks, I guess it happened. So
That's so cool.
yeah, so I was doing support in the beginning, and then a little bit of QA also, which we didn't call it QA then. It was just making sure the software worked before it went out. We didn't even have a QA department back then. Excuse me. And so it was just doing that. And, it was just nice because people were nice. They were just awesome. It was just good to do.
Awesome.
Get some water.
Yeah, I need to get you some swag so you have an official Inventory Lab water bottle. I can
Yeah.
see that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. At the
Mhm.
very least.
Yeah,
I'm slacking.
we need to get Bill a water bottle. Yep.
Yeah, I need a water bottle. And so anyway, that progressed on, and then gosh, I don't even remember at what point, but I mean, we just started going through, and then we were just getting slammed with people signing up and asking questions, and we just didn't have enough people to cover it. So they hired the first 2 customer champions, and then they got trained and wanted to come on board, and then that lasted for a while, and then we started getting more people. And it was really great that that Ryan was able to keep ahead of everything, because if he hadn't, who knows where we'd be today, because he had the foresight to get the people in before it became overwhelming.
Oh, right.
And it made it a lot easier on us. Well, and I'll just speak for me specifically, because we weren't slammed so much and having to answer questions and getting behind and things like that. So people got their questions answered a lot faster, got help a lot faster. The China team was just awesome. When if we did run into a problem, they would hop on it and get it fixed, and we'd be back in business. Not that it was out of action or anything, but I mean, for that particular item that was having an issue with somebody. So and
cool.
then from there, we started breaking out into departments, and I said I was actually the only person doing QA, so we put me in the QA department, and that's what I was doing for probably 3 years, maybe 4 years, something like that. And then we hired more people, and another QA person, and then it's just like I said, growth. It just kept going and going and going, and I don't see it stopping. It's just, we're just such a good company run by good people, and it can't go anywhere but up.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we all
Absolutely.
agree that it's a great company to work for.
It is.
Definitely.
Without a doubt.
Mhm.
So Bill, what would you say your biggest challenge is right now in your current role?
Being on this show.
That was a good one.
Oh, come on, Bill.
But you're not going to get off
Actually,
any.
trying to think of dad jokes to keep up with Jeff.
Oh, if you've got dad jokes, let's hear them.
Be nice. Come on.
No, I guess the biggest challenge is, my gosh, what would the biggest challenge be? I don't really have a lot of challenges other than just keeping the software so that it doesn't go out in a bad light, you know, because we get something, we'll get a fix. Somebody will report a problem, and it'll be something that might be just specific to them. And so we have to find the way to test it just so it affects that person. And it's not difficult. We do it. But just making sure that the software is going to go out so that it's as bug-free as possible. That's probably, if I was to think of a challenge, that's probably the biggest challenge. I mean, and I guess that would be for any quality assurance team in any software company. But, you know, we got good people. Abigail is in our QA department. She's the head of the QA department, and she's smart as a whip. And we just get things done and get it out there.
Could you maybe talk a little bit more about the QA process? Because you mentioned something that I think a lot of people don't realize, that sometimes an issue could be specific to them and their computer and the way it's set up. And so that might be just a unique situation versus a problem that exists for like everybody across the board, and how maybe you treat those differently.
Yeah.
Or do you treat them differently?
Well, I mean, they're treated the same in general. It's just that, like, for example, if Jeff had a problem and the CCs would verify that the problem's there, we would make a ticket out, or they would make a ticket out. And from there, it goes to the developer. The developer looks at it, figures out, oh yeah, this is what's wrong. And it might be just the fact that it might be some data that got corrupted in their particular portion of the database. So they would fix that. And then the QA team, then it's handed off to QA. We then go in, look in it, log in as that person, and see if that particular problem is fixed. And if it is, then we sign off on it, and then it gets released. For issues that affect everybody, it's kind of the same. It's the same process, but now we just test it more in general for everybody instead of just logging in as that one person. I may log in as myself in my account and say, okay, does this work in my account? All right, yeah, it does. Okay, does this work in our InventoryLab test account? Yes, it does. Okay, so you just try to test it out as many different avenues as you can until you're satisfied that it's fixed. And then we sign off on it, and it goes out on release date.
Right. Bill, you mentioned dad jokes. You see what you did?
Mentioned who?
You mentioned dad jokes.
Oh.
And Chrissy popped right in.
No, I missed that. I must have been looking away.
Here it is.
Oh.
Why did the computer show up late at work? And had a hard drive.
There you go. Oh, wait. I should have been ready with the there you go. There you go, Chrissy Pop.
Oh, but right now, obviously nothing that we can discuss right now, but we've got some really nice things coming up. And it's just so exciting to be able to test those and to be involved in all of that to make sure that it works. Because as I said before, I'm a seller, so it's going to definitely affect me. And the good thing about that is I can see how it's going to affect other sellers from a seller's point of view. And that helps me test it better. That helps me find things that maybe somebody else wouldn't normally do. So anyway, I'm excited about these other things coming out. I wish we could talk about them, but I know we can't. But I'm just waiting for the day.
A different show.
We had just recently we had two pretty big ones, the archive inventory and then the
Oh,
storage limits. And so those are huge improvements, I think, and a
Yeah.
benefit to the sellers for sure.
Definitely. Oh, I want to add something to your previous question. You asked, or did you ask me that already? Yeah, or no, you haven't asked me the one about the best feature or something like that. I think you said you wanted to
I
ask.
think Andrea's up with that now.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you,
Oh, wow.
what do you think is the biggest improvement in the software to date? What do you think?
That one I thought about for a while because there are so many that I like. And I think probably the biggest improvement, thinking back from the beginning, is the list process.
Oh,
Because, I mean, there are other pieces. I mean, there's things in inventory, there's things in accounting and all that. But the list process, from my perspective, is probably the biggest thing. I mean, if anybody's on here that remembers way back when, we used to have to enter our expiration dates in Seller Central. We don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, wow.
We used to have to enter our battery information in Seller Central. We don't have to do that anymore. All kinds of stuff. I mean, it's checks if we're restricted on an item before we even put it in the batch. So before it was we'd send stuff in, and if we didn't check it on Seller Central with the ASIN ourselves to see if it was restricted, we would send it in. 9 times out of 10, people don't have time to do that, so they send it in, especially if you've got a lot of stuff. But we send it in, and boom, all of a sudden it goes into stranded inventory, and it's like, oh, geez, all right, I got to pay to have it sent back to me and do whatever I've got to do with it, and that was a pain. So yeah, list, I think there's many other features in list, but the list is, I think, by far the biggest benefit that I see.
That's cool. And I think it's really cool, Bill, that you mentioned that you've been selling even longer than you've been here at Inventory Lab. I think that's really important for everyone to know that we have many sellers on our team. A lot of people in Inventory Lab either have sold or currently sell. So a lot of the decisions and the input that's being made every day is from a seller point of view as well. Right. And like you said, the fact that you are a seller helps you make better and more informed decisions about what's going to work for users because you're so familiar with it. So I think that's another great advantage to our team. And that's actually a good segue. I was going to ask you, I know you mentioned a few things and you love, working with the people. And I agree. I think, our team is second to none. But what are some of your other favorite things about working at Inventory Lab, other than seeing the product evolve and working with everyone?
Yeah, I think it's probably just the camaraderie and how nice everybody is. I mean, I'll put it out there. I'm 68 years old, and I'm retired Army. I've been working since I was 18 years old, and I have never ever, even after I got out of the military, never worked in a company that is as strong as this, as far as being people aware and the people that you work with. I mean, you just don't see that anywhere. I mean, people are just so nice. You ask them something or you tell them something, and I don't know. I don't have words for it. It's just the nicest place to work that I have ever worked in my life. And
you said you're 68, Bill?
Huh?
You said you were 68?
Yeah.
You don't look a day over 67.
So that whole thing, Bill, where you were just talking about how nice everybody was, that's just out the window now, right?
Hey now.
Was that for me, Jeff?
Yeah, that's for you. Well, you don't look 68. I will say that at all. You look much younger. Maybe Inventory Lab's keeping you young, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. I get to sit in this nice chair in front of these two monitors and not have to work out in the hot sun.
Yeah.
That's definitely
All from the comfort of your own home.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
really. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I don't know. You guys got me reminiscing now. I'm thinking back about stuff now. It's just like,
You can share stories, as long as they're PG, share them.
yeah, no, I know.
If there's anything you can think of that that happened back in the day that makes you laugh now, it probably wasn't funny at the time, but
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned, Kim, that a lot of the employees are sellers or have sold. I mean, that's how it started. Ryan was a
yeah.
seller and got frustrated that there weren't the options that he wanted.
Right.
Started his own
Mhm.
software company. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
but
I
you
will-
also
Beginnings.
Bill said that there were quite a few updates, and I just kind of was trying to think of some of these. I took some notes, and there were some other things I got some updates from, but there's also been updates that people don't see on the outside because it's all the back end stuff that keeps InventoryLab running and all those updates that have happened over the years. But when you start sectioning it out, and a lot of these updates that are listed here, like the inventory page, unlisted inventory, that was huge for one. But all of these things take a lot of resources to do. They're not just like simple updates. And so as you go through, like that's the listing updates that I could think of. And I'm sure there's more, but the Scoutify, and then the settings page, and then printing, even just a simple IL print application, that saved huge headaches for the users, and I'll say it's support as well, because every time there was a browser update, something broke with printing. And so now at least, IL print's there to work outside the browser. So yeah, quite a bit of updates over the years. That's probably not a complete list.
Oh yeah. And you talked about the back end. Our development team, Darren is our IT guy. He's the head of IT, and he is so smart. Him and Elliot and just all of them. They're just such great guys, and they know how to put all this stuff together and make it work fast. Yeah. You couldn't have anything better than that.
So our last
Yeah, I love
question
our
for you,
team.
Bill, is what advice would you give anyone starting out when looking for a job in the tech industry today?
Oh my word. I don't
Putting you on
know.
the spot.
I guess probably I would say learn JavaScript. Yeah, that would probably be what I would tell them to do. Learn JavaScript and get good at it. We've got a girl that does JavaScript for our front end, and she just works magic, and she's worth her weight in gold. That would be Cindy.
All right.
Oh yeah, I love Cindy.
Yeah.
I did want to show, let me share a different screen here. So some of the people that are in the chat that are watching haven't been around long enough to see the difference, but this was the old list page.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
you can see, it's a little
That's
bit
really
different.
something.
Let me expand that a little.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's changed a lot. And then here's, some of the accounting functions. I called it bookkeep then. And then, pretty simple stuff, but it was very helpful then, I'm sure. But you compare that to what we have today, and it's crazy how much it's
Vastly different. Yeah.
it's changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it because I've only been here for I'm coming up on my 2 years in June, but like I can't believe that's what we used to look like, when we
That's
first started
crazy.
off. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
That
I'll
is
tell you
crazy.
something else that's really nice. That's come a long way, and that's Scoutify.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
The
Scoutify.
Ocean app.
Mhm.
Oh my word. Yeah. I mean, I wish I had a screenshot of that, but for those of y'all that probably remember it, it was just very simple. Scan it. It'll tell you what the ROI is, and that was it. And my goodness, we have come a long way with Spotify. And it's actually, there's some other things in the works right now that we're going to be releasing sometime in the future, but those are awesome too. And you guys are just going to be thrilled.
That's awesome. All right, Bill. So Chrissy wants to know, first conference you attended with IL and what was it like?
Chrissy asked that question?
Yes. So I feel like there's a story there.
Oh yeah, Chrissy. So the first conference was in Chicago, I think. Yeah. And it happened to be the day that the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there too, Jeff.
Yeah, that was the first time I met you, I think, was at that
Yeah,
conference.
yeah.
Ecom Chicago was the conference. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We were in a sports bar tipping back a few, and yeah, they won. They had it on TV, and man, the place went wild.
Yeah.
That's
was crazy.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a
When they
picture
won
of
the World
Bill.
Series.
It was when they got into the World
First.
Series, so
Right.
they won.
Oh, got into the World Series.
Yeah,
Okay.
they had to
Yeah.
win this game to get in, and that's what they did. And it was crazy in that sports bar. That's
Yeah.
for
What was
sure.
it, like 50 years or something?
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Some crazy number. Yeah.
When they broke the curse.
Yeah.
50-year curse. I remember that.
Yeah. Even longer than the last time the Bears went to the Super Bowl. I'm
The
not bitter or
Bears.
anything.
Yeah. I was a big
Oh.
Bears fan back in the day. I loved McMahon.
He was something. He was something.
Oh, let me see here. I think I may have some photos.
See, as a
Well,
Brewers
then-
fan, even I we're big, we don't like the Cubs, but even when they broke the curse, I was like, good for them. Like, good for them. They deserve it, because I don't think the Brewers are going to win the World Series anytime soon. So, I mean, might as well cheer for the Cubs,
That's true.
So,
But just know I'm never going to say, oh, good for them if the Packers go back to the Super Bowl. Just want you to know that. It's just never going to
mean,
Ever.
very mean,
Why didn't you say
rude. No,
when?
I'm just kidding.
No, they'll kick me out of the Chicago fan club if I root for Green Bay. Are you kidding?
Okay, so that conference, I remember, Bill, was very, very exhausting. We worked so hard there, so I'm just going to
Oh, God.
Oh.
share a pic there.
Oh, my
That's,
goodness.
That was Kim. Pass it on our computer, and that was Bill and me, of course. Yeah, no, we didn't really do that.
Yeah.
We posted that in our company chat to show them how hard we were working. So.
I think that might be why I never went on any more conferences after that.
yeah. Yeah. That could have been it.
Guys are funny. I just wanted to take a minute to remind everyone. So if you're just joining us or you joined late, in honor of our 9th anniversary here at Inventory Lab, we're doing a special swag giveaway today. We're giving away 9 swag boxes and a $100 Amazon gift card, which is crazy. I want to put my information in so I can win, but I won't do that. But anyway, if you want a chance to win either one of the swag bags or the Amazon gift card, just answer the question, how long have you been using Inventory Lab, along with hashtag anniversary in the comments section, and your name will automatically be entered into the drawing. If you don't currently use IL, just say that, but just remember to put hashtag anniversary in there as well.
And now it's time for the ever popular Kim's Corner.
Yay!
So what do you have today?
So welcome everyone to another edition of Kim's Corner. To celebrate our 9th anniversary, I wanted to do something kind of fun this time. I mean, fun for me. You can be the judge on whether this is any fun for you. But today, since it's all about our company, I wanted to talk about how we got started and a couple of just fun facts that you might not know. So as Jeff mentioned before, our CEO and co-founder Ryan Stevens used to be a seller. So back in 2010, he was working 2 jobs while trying to raise his kids, and he was a high school dropout. His employment options were pretty limited. But one night it occurred to him that killing himself working for other people wasn't getting him anywhere. So he figured he could start selling online, be his own boss, and he started researching selling on eBay. And eventually he learned about FBA selling on Amazon. So he started off selling a little bit of everything. He was selling handbags and shoes and books and different things, seeing really good results in sales. But, he said trying to track his profits and costs was not only mind-numbingly tedious, it just took forever. And at one point, he even reached out to a customer service rep at one of the listing tool companies that he was using. And he asked them, hey, are you ever going to add expense tracking? And their response was, we can't do everything. And if you want to build your own app, you're more than welcome to. So you could probably guess what happened next. Like, well, you go ahead and build your own app if you want. So he basically took the challenge. He started reaching out to developers through the freelance market. And out of the 10 or so responses he got, one of them stood out. And that was from our co-founder, Forrest Wang, who heads our China development team. Now, Forrest had Amazon experience. He had great online reviews, and the two of them really connected. So they decided to, move forward with the project. And Ryan basically told Forrest what he needed in the app, and then they started building it together. And then in March of 2013, they launched the beta version of IL, and they were aiming for a goal of 100 users in the first month. And not only did they hit that mark, they blew past it. I think Ryan said they ended up with something like 10 times that amount in those first 30 days. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible? I mean,
That's
Ryan said
crazy.
he knew that there was a need for it out there. He knew there was demand. He had no idea. Neither one of them really had any idea how much need there really was. So just a couple of other fun facts about InventoryLab. The first user who ever signed up to use InventoryLab is still an active customer. And I did
Wow.
see in the comments, some of you have been with us 8 years. So that's a long time. Our product has grown over the past 9 years with almost solely word of mouth. So, it's not like we're taking a lot of ads out or spending a lot of advertising dollars. It's really just word of mouth, and it has continued to grow exponentially every year. We are a fully remote team, which you guys probably know. So every single employee works from their home or whatever location they choose. And it's always been this way. So we were way ahead of the curve for remote work. Basically, we were remote before it was cool. And although our employees are scattered all throughout the US, as well as the development team in China that Forrest heads up, the company was originally based in Missouri and is now based in Kansas. And last, but certainly not least, I am happy to say that we just hired some new customer champions to meet all of our customer needs. Yay. So if you guys are lucky, maybe we can convince our newbies to come on a future episode of OpenLab so we can all get to know a little bit more about them. And that's it for Kim's.
I like that fist bumping guy in the front.
Happy anniversary to everyone at IL. I sincerely, I echo Bill's comments that I couldn't have asked to work for a better company or with better people. A huge thank you to all of our customers. I mean, without you guys, there wouldn't be an Inventory Lab. And I know a lot of you, like we mentioned, have been with us since the beginning. So for all of you have been along for the ride the whole time. And for people who, have just started using the product, thank you so much for all of your support throughout the past 9 years. It really does mean the world to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And I have to agree with you, Train Watcher, Dawn. I think she does need some theme music. We'll have to come up with something.
Cool. Maybe
Yeah.
a Jeff Healey tune, and keeping the Roadhouse theme,
There you go. All right. Yeah, we'll have to work on that for the next one.
We'll definitely have to work on that. Yeah. We'll have to see what we can actually use for free. That's basically
That's true.
long and short of it.
Yeah. Always got to worry about that.
Thanks,
for
Watcher
sure.
Don. Yeah, the origin story, if you guys have ever been on our website, there's more detail about Ryan starting that journey. I think it's a link at the bottom of the page called Our Story. I think it's called Our Story. And if you click on that, you can actually read even more about what Ryan went through when he was coming up with the idea and then trying to implement it. So it's pretty cool.
Let's see if I can show that here. I'm slow navigating today for some reason, but yeah, you go to the InventoryLab.com and then where is it? There it is.
There it is.
Our Story.
Our Story.
And there you go.
I love seeing some of these comments too. People that have just come on board, they've only been with us for a month or 2 months, 6 months. I mean, that's really cool. And thank you guys for giving us a chance. And
Yeah.
hopefully you guys love the software as much as we do. So.
All right. It's time for Books Keep Buzz.
Yay.
So what do we have today?
Okay, so if you joined us last time on OpenLab, you would have seen My Kim's Corner on that episode where I talked a little bit about business tax prep and some things that you need to know. And our friends over at Bookskeep have a blog right now called Are You Ready to Pay the Tax Man? It sounds so ominous, doesn't it? And I don't think that anyone ever thinks of tax season as a good thing. But it is a great piece. It details how to get started with the whole tax process for your business. And I mean, like even before, you actually have to sit down and file your taxes. It tells you how the Profit First system can help you with that and what not to do when it comes to business taxes. So another great read from Bookskeep. And I think we have a link here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can post that link. We'll pop that into the comments section if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, they always have some good information on Bookskeep.
They really do, yeah.
All right. Let's go to one of my favorite parts. And it's just because of the music, Bill. So, so there we have it. Tales from Support. So we've been getting a lot of tickets about when you go to Seller Central, Amazon says, you need to upload a flat file of your box contents and that sort of thing. And so sometimes, maybe Amazon's having issues with their feeds at the time, but what you want to do, see if there's one that's already created. Let's see, I'll just create this one real quick. So I guess I got to create them all. Amazon's also got the issue where you have to create all of the shipments or create none of them. So we went over that in several other episodes of OpenLab about how to add to existing shipments. But once you get here and you enter box contents, I'm just going to go through this pretty quick just to get it done. Assign your boxes, and then transmit. I'm going to skip this step. I could put that in and skip it in Seller Central, or you can skip it here and just do it all in Seller Central. But so now I've sent the box content feeds, and so what happens is you're going to get hopefully a green box down here that says success, Amazon's accepted your feeds. And so once you get that, then that's the time to go to Seller Central and work on your, pay for your shipping and that sort of thing. But if you go there and it has an error message that says something like, oh, you need to provide box contents, we can do it for you, but we charge you a per item fee, or you can upload a flat file. That means that even though they said that they did get the box contents, for some reason it didn't register. And so what you do is you go to your shipment that's incorrect in Seller Central, click on these 3 lines, the hamburger icon, click box content information, and then you want to resend it down here by clicking on the transmit updated boxes. You'll go through this again. And let me hide this annoying thing. And then I'm going to skip it again. And once you do that, then you come back to the shipment and then use this refresh box option. And then once you do that, it resets something in Seller Central. And then now you can go to Seller Central and then refresh the page and it should be showing correctly. So just a reminder that that's what you can do to fix that issue if you run into it. So, all right, now it's time for Amazon news.
Ooh, we have some good news. Prime Day is coming up, so get ready for that. Starting March 22nd, you can participate in Prime Day by creating a deal. So, as you all know, you have to create a deal to participate in Prime Day. And you have until April 29th to submit your deal for Prime Day consideration. So that's coming up about a month and a half. And you're going to want to plan and send your shipment so that it arrives to the fulfillment centers before June 20th. And so that's coming directly from Amazon on ways that you can prepare for Prime Day 2022. Don't let it sneak up on you, because it always does. Always sneaks up on you. So, and then another news article is there are updates to the U.S. multi-channel fulfillment fees. So starting May 9th, the fulfillment fees will increase to ensure that multi-channel fulfillment fees are competitive with other third-party logistic providers. And on August 1st, surcharges will apply to orders in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands and Alaska. You can also look up the MCF performance report, and that lets you monitor your unbranded packaging enrollment status. So if you're enrolling to if you're enrolling for your unbranded packaging, you can do that from the performance report. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. The fulfillment fees will start on May 9th. So get ready for those fees to be increased.
All
your
right.
page looks much prettier than mine.
And then Seller University has some classes that might be of benefit, best practices for Amazon resellers. So they have several listed there. I've looked at some of their stuff. Some of it's pretty good. So if you have questions about that stuff, there's the link. All right. And then before we get into the swag, we'll do quick tips real quick, because they are quick. See how many times I can say quick. And anyway, archived inventory. We recently put out a survey asking about archived inventory and how you like it. And we'd send emails out and also app queues flows that we use in the app to notify you of different changes and things. But I was kind of surprised that many don't know about the archived inventory. And to get there, you just go to your inventory page. And inventory that you've deleted, it'll show up on the archived inventory, so you can access what the cost was when it was active. So it's pretty handy if you need to research what an item cost in the past. And if you need to update these, you can update these, and then they'll update the sales transactions that are associated with that item. So it's a pretty handy feature, and that's just by toggling, you can see them on your inventory pages. So,
are we supposed to be seeing your screen, Jeff?
Yeah, you're not. Oh, oops. Let me take off the banner. Yeah, that would help. There we go. So anyway, on your inventory page, you can click on archive right here, and it will show all those. So check that out. And then in support, of course, under resources, go to the help center. And then if you just search for archive.
Yeah, can I add another little tidbit to that archive inventory?
Please.
What I found out in using that excuse me. Obviously, when you delete something out of your main inventory, it's going to move over to archived inventory. It's also going to delete it from Seller Central.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've discovered is, a lot of people will go through and clean up their inventory in Seller Central, and they'll delete it, and it'll take however long to update. I have found myself is that if you delete it from InventoryLab, it will delete out of Seller Central faster.
Oh, interesting.
That's been my
Okay.
experience. Now, I will caution. I don't want to go into a whole explanation here, but you want to make sure if you're looking at zero balance in inventory, make sure that the shipment has all been, all your inbound stuff has been listed. It's all in inventory. So, for example, if you've got an inventory, or sorry, an inbound shipment that wasn't received yet, and that's got one of those items in it, it may not show up in Seller Central. So if you delete it out of InventoryLab because you see zero balance, you delete it. It'll delete it out of Seller Central, but then all of a sudden, when Seller Central finds that one and puts it back in, you're just going to go into stranded inventory. So what I do is I check my batches before. I'll just search for that MSKU in my batch screen, batch page,
Mhm.
to see how many I've sent and where they went to before I start deleting. But that's just me. Anyway, just the tidbit I was trying to get to is delete from InventoryLab as opposed to doing it directly in Seller Central. It'll get deleted faster. It'll save you some time. I've had sometimes it'll take 20, 30 minutes before the deletion will show in Seller Central by doing
Isn't
it.
that crazy? Yeah, you think it'd be quicker there than it would be with
Yeah,
us. But yeah, that's a great tip. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I did not know that.
All right. So last chance to get your comment entered for swag. So I'm opening up the giveaway tool now.
Yeah, it's going to take a little longer than usual today.
Yeah. Make sure you have the right phrase. Okay. All right. So make sure you got them all in. There we go. Okay, here we go for one of the 9. I was going to do a drum roll, but I'll just do one because there's too many to do it every time.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Yay!
Congratulations, Nova.
Our first winner. Your chances are so good at winning today, you guys.
Yep.
Seriously.
Awesome, Nova.
So just make
So
sure
all
you
you have to
email.
do-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Sorry.
I was going to say, all you have to do is just email support@inventorylab.com and give us a good mailing address where we can send your swag bag to. So exciting stuff. That's specially themed for our anniversary. So get ready for that. Congratulations, Nova.
All right, here
All
we
right,
go
number
again.
2.
I hope InventoryLab doesn't win.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I hope
All right,
so.
G. Mendiola. Congrats.
Congratulations.
All right, number
Gee,
3.
Moving right through them. Let's go.
Up.
Oh,
Draw again.
can't win twice.
That's the only problem with this tool. It does repeats. So there we go.
Julia.
All right, Julia
Yay.
W.
I love that everyone gets confetti.
Yeah.
I know.
John 15104. Yay.
All right. Number
These are all for
5.
our swag boxes.
Lona. Yay.
Congratulations.
What are we on now? 5?
It's number 6 right here.
This is number 6. Okay. I completely
Number
lost track.
6.
Nope.
Nope.
Redo.
Oh. Over.
Nova already.
It really likes Nova.
Yep.
There we go.
Yay.
El Sujian. Awesome.
I don't want to embarrass myself by butchering someone's name.
Yeah.
So we're on 7.
7. Yep. Here's 7.
All right.
No.
No.
Nova again. Time to buy a lottery ticket, Nova.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah.
We need to give your software to the Florida Lottery, Jeff.
Yeah.
We win.
Oh, we won a swag box. Oh my gosh. Save on
Just
mail.
send me a crummy. Nobody gets hurt. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Chrissy, you didn't win. Nope. Do over.
Repeat.
Yep.
Do over.
I don't want your back hurting you.
Nope. Another repeat.
Nope. Do over.
Good thing I started this early.
Come on, I can see other people's names that haven't won.
No, they're right there.
Come on, they're right
I
there.
know. It's like, come
There
on.
we
All right,
go.
auxiliary holdings.
All right. Number 8.
All right.
All right.
Swag box number 7.
Oh.
Nope.
John 15104 needs to get a lottery ticket too.
Yeah. No.
Chrissy, you didn't win. Nope.
Sorry, Chrissy.
We love you, but you didn't win. Josh. All right, there's a new
Josh,
one.
man.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Here's the last one.
All right, last.
of the
I know,
boxes,
Chrissy.
anyway.
I'm sorry. All right, last swag bag.
There we go.
Harry Gates. All right.
Harry Gates.
Way to go, Harry.
All right. So again, just
Congratulations,
contact
everyone.
support with your mailing address, and we'll get those out to you. I've got them all boxed up, ready to go.
All right, now for the big one.
All right. Here we go.
$100
$100
Amazon gift card. And it goes to InventoryLab.
Yeah, no repeats on this. Oh,
Train Watcher Dog.
Train Watcher Don.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Well, congrats, Don.
Congratulations,
And to all our other
everyone.
Congratulations, Don.
swag
And
winners.
thank you guys so much for joining us on our wonderful anniversary special.
Yeah.
Well, I
think
thank
it's,
you.
Yeah, for sure. And Bill, thank you for joining us and
Yes.
reminiscing a bit.
Yes, sir.
Appreciated all the insight and everything. And again, swag winners, send us your mailing address, and then Train Watcher Don, just shoot us an email, and then we can and let us know which email to send your gift card to. So, but yeah, that's been a great show, I think.
It was
lot
so
of,
much fun.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, again. Bill, next time you're on, I do expect some embarrassing stories about other people. I mean, that's fine. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be about you, but
I'll try to
you know.
come up with some. All the ones I know, I can't really talk about.
I had something all ready for Kim too, and I forgot to do it when I was asking Kim.
Oh no,
So it's time to quiz Kim, and so
that's right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ah! Cool.
so I guess that's it. So thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of
Thank you.
your weekend or your
Yep.
week and your weekend, and happy St. Patty's Day. And Tommy boy, you are welcome. I'm glad you got that.
Awesome.
So,
Thanks again, everyone.
All right. We will see you all later.